Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new here, welcome back everyone. So I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but for the past 2 weeks, I think my feed, my TikTok and my Instagram reels are all over Aussie makeup, or maybe more like sun-kissed or bronze makeup. With the summer coming, with the weather getting warmer and warmer, more bronzing, sun-kissed effects, sun-kissed makeups, you know, the blush placement, the usage of too much bronzer is trending once again. So with the weather warming up finally, maybe it's just my feed, but the Aussie Australian makeup trend is popular once again. I watched a few videos, actually, like at least 3 videos, and then I decided that I want to recreate this look. So this is my version of Aussie girl makeup. I don't know if it's the good one, if it's an unsuccessful one, I don't know. You guys need to decide that. You need to watch the video until the very end and let me know what you guys are thinking. But this is how I recreated that Aussie makeup look. I put lots of bronzer, lots of blush, I put on fake freckles, and then I put on bronzing drops, if you cannot tell already, because look at the shade difference with my neck and my face. I'm a pale girl, you already know that. You're familiar with my videos, if you are familiar with my videos. And if you watched my videos previously, you already know that I usually don't put too much bronzer and too much bronzing drops in general. As a pale skin girly, I prefer cool tone contour rather than warm tone bronzer. So today's makeup is a first for me actually. So yeah, this is the final makeup look that I did. I am liking it, but also I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's gonna take some time for this makeup routine to grow in me. I might try creating this look for the summer of 2026, but I always want to know your guys' opinions. So please, if you like this look so far, if you're wondering about the products I've used, go ahead and watch the video until the very end and let me know what you guys are thinking. This routine, this look, the final result, everything. When I look at myself, when I look at this makeup look, actually, I'm really feeling the summer, the beach vibes. So I wish I was in the beach right now, like getting tanned or sipping my margarita or reading my book, whatever you guys do while relaxing on the beach. It's a fun one. This is totally different than the ones I usually do, but it's really fun and I think it's not bad on me. What do you guys think? I don't know. Like, I like it. I definitely like it, but it's definitely way different than what I'm used to. Also, before we continue, look at my nails. This is definitely giving Taylor Swift's 1989 vibes. The album cover, if you know what I mean. Oh, I have mascara here. I've tested a bunch of products on my hand. You're gonna see it while you're watching the video. So yeah, this is the final makeup look and I'm gonna stop yapping as usual because you know me, if it's something that interests me, for example makeup, I'm gonna like continue talking for minutes, for even hours, because I'm really into makeup and I really like to talk about makeup. Yep, about makeup. But I don't want to bore you guys with my constant talking, so I'm sorry for that. Sorry if this intro is too long. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin the video. So go ahead and watch the video and let me know what you guys are thinking in the end. Hopefully you will be liking this, you will be enjoying this video, liking this look, and hopefully you will be creating this look for the summer of 2026. So welcome to my vlog, welcome to this video, and this is my version, my recreate of Aussie Australian makeup. So let's start. I honestly have no idea how to pull this off, but we're gonna figure it out together. So first, I'm gonna do my eyebrows really quickly. I don't want to fill in them and make them too thick, but I have some sparse areas that I want to get rid of. So I'm gonna get this Gimme Raw Plus from Benefit Cosmetics. This is the shade 4. And I'm simply really lightly gonna brush my eyebrows to add a slight color and get rid of the empty areas. This is definitely less effective than an eye pencil, which in my case I have the Precising My Brow Pencil from Benefit as well. Comparing to that, this is less effective. So if you want to have a thick, fuller eyebrow, go with the brow pencil. But if you just slightly want to like fill them in without too much, this is actually really good. So when you compare the two sides, this one is like I like the shape and it's definitely fuller, whereas this is my natural side. So let's continue with that as well. And then again, before we continue with the rest of the makeup, I'm gonna shape my eyebrows and make sure they stay in shape during the whole day with this 24-hour brow setter from Benefit as well. If you don't prefer, you can definitely don't have to do your eyebrows. I like them because when I fill in my eyebrows and shape them, it flatters my features more. But again, if you don't like it, just skip this step. So I'm lightly gonna put this all over my eyebrows like this. Brush and then go over at the edge towards down, and this is how my eyebrows look right now. So I think we're good, and let's continue with the skin prep. If you prefer, you can go over with a sunscreen. I'm gonna go over with a primer for today's look. I have this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is a really sticky formula, so I'm not gonna put too much, like one pump, even like not one fully, it's like half pump is enough. I definitely prefer to put this on the areas here because I have pores here, so it's definitely better to fill this area. But look how sticky this is. Like, I don't know, can you tell? This is super sticky, but it dries so fast, so easily. So waiting for like 20 seconds is definitely enough. So I'm gonna put this away and I'm gonna continue with my foundation slash base because I'm gonna mix two different products, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do. So if you cannot tell already, I am super pale. But for the Aussie look, I know that we need to be more sun-kissed, more tanned. But skipping foundation is not an option for me. As you can see, I have lots of tiny acne scars. So what I'm gonna do is I have these bronzing drops from Drunk Elephant, which they obviously give you that sun-kissed effect. They don't have any coverage like a foundation, and this is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and this is the shade 5.9. Comparing to the other foundations I have, the Armani one is definitely darker shade, but it's still too pale for the Aussie girl look. I don't know if you can tell. It's like still, it's more yellowish, but still not. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get actually like maybe 2 pumps is enough on my hand, like this. I'm gonna mix the bronzing drops. Ooh, do I need to shake this first? Okay. Let's shake this a bit. And then I'm really scared because as far as I know, the Armani foundation is silicone based. This is water based. So we'll see how this goes. So again, because I'm mixing the formulas, I'm not going to put too much. Simply maybe like 3 drops. It looks something like this. Hopefully it's not going to end up peeling on my skin because I'm going to go out today. It looks something like this. Let's mix them together. I just realized that I forgot to turn on my lights. I have something like this while I'm filming my makeup videos, but today I'm in a rush, as you can tell, so yeah, I forgot. Let me put this on. Yeah, this is the difference. Okay, I think it's better now. So yeah, you can see my acne scars really well now. That's why I'm gonna go and mix these together because skipping foundation is a big no for me. So I don't want to mix this with a brush because then it's gonna absorb the formula. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my spatula, maybe like I use it like a spoon to mix it. Okay, let's go. I'm scared with the shade match. Oh, it's not too bad. I guess I needed to put more bronzing drops maybe because this is already too similar with the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation shade 5.9. So there is not much difference with this shade, I guess. I don't know. I'm also gonna get the remaining product from my hand because I don't have a tissue right now and I'm gonna apply too much product anyway. So let's blend it. Okay, it gives me that slight yellowish tone, but at the same time, I guess it's not enough. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, it's more tint. I am more tint right now, but also at the same time, I feel like for today's makeup look, it's not enough. I might go over one more time with the bronzing drops. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna get my bronzing drops and I'm gonna put one more layer. Hopefully it's not gonna peel. I'm gonna cry if it happens today. 1 drop on each side. I am so pale and I don't like getting tanned at all, but for today's look, I feel like it's a must because most of the Australian girls are really tanned. So let's go. Okay, I feel like this is better right now. I could have even put a bit more, but yeah, this is enough. Because then it's not gonna match my neck, and I hate putting products on my neck, so I guess it's enough. I might wear a turtleneck today just to cover my neck area, so people won't see that it doesn't match, my face doesn't match with my neck. Why do I look orange? It's fine, we're gonna fix it. Okay, let's continue. So I slightly wanna lighten some areas, so I'm gonna get this Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer in the shade 22 and Light Neutral. I'm gonna put this on because this is definitely like the Maybelline concealer and the NARS Spot Concealer I have. Both are they're really light, so if I'm gonna go on with this today's look, I feel like this one will be better. This is still light, as you can tell, but it's compared to the other two I have, it's darker. So I'm not gonna cover here, for example, because I don't have any concealers in that specific shade here right now that is on my face. I'm just gonna put this on to lighten the areas, but we're gonna continue with the acne scars. Like, I'm gonna let them stay here on my face. For today's look, they will be visible. So I'm gonna get my concealer brush. This is from Hourglass. I mentioned this in the last video. This is really good, and I'm simply gonna blend it. I'm not gonna drag it all over my face because I want to specifically lighten these areas. I put on concealer, so I'm just gonna tap it here, and you can already tell, I guess, the difference. I wouldn't also put here on the sides of my mouth, but I have hyperpigmentation on those areas, on these here too, so I'm slightly gonna lighten it on my forehead. And I wanna lift my eyes, so I'm gonna go like this with the concealer. So for today's look, rather than a cool toned contour, I'm gonna go over my face with a bronzer, actually, because again, for the strongest effects, for today's look, bronzer will be the better option. So I have this bronzer stick from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Bright Side. I'm gonna use this as a bronzer and a contour, so I'm gonna go all over my face. What I normally do is I go over here, and then I go over my forehead. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit it here, like slightly, size of my nose, under my nose, maybe like a button effect, but nose effects. And I'm gonna put bronzer here to lift my eyes. I'm basically using this as an eyeshadow also to add a color on my eyelids. And you know what? I'm gonna go over a bit here because I wanna, before I'm putting on blush, I want to have that tanned look. I'm getting this brush from Makeup by Mario. This is the F1 brush, and I'm simply gonna, I use this for contour and bronzer, so I'm simply gonna start blending it. I first go over here on this side as usual because that's what I usually do, and then I'm gonna blend here, blend these sides together like this, under my mouth, on my chin, the same side here. I'm using this smaller tip here for the side of my nose because then when blending, it's gonna be more precise. And I go over on my eyelids with the same side of the brush as well. So then, I mean, you can kind of see it added that depth here, and it looks like I put on eyeshadow. It's like more lifting effect. And with the remaining of the products on the brush, I'm going over like this as if I'm putting on blush to have that sun-kissed effect. Because, you know, when you're getting tanned, this is the area that you're getting sunburned. This is the final look, and then we're gonna continue with a blush. So for today's look, actually I would go on with a red blush or an orange blush, but I don't have those shades with me because with the pale skin, I don't think they look really nice. I prefer pink shades as I'm really pale. So I guess the closest shade I have is this new blush, which I showed you guys in my previous videos. This is from Summer Fridays in the shade Dusty Rose. here. So actually I want to apologize for my previous videos because I told you guys this was not pigmented. That was not true. This is super pigmented, but it depends on how you're applying the product. So if you put it on your fingers, apply with the fingers and then blend it like I did in the previous video, it's not gonna show on really nicely. If you put this on with a brush, this is too pigmented. I put this on in one of my videos actually, and I tried not to show you guys, but I was going crazy because I was like, how am I gonna fix this? This is really pigmented, but again, if you put it on with your fingers, it's not gonna show up. If you use your blush brush, this is gonna be too pigmented, so that's what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna get this on my brush a lot. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna wipe it later. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand because I don't want to ruin my makeup. Make sure you're putting all of it, and then I'm gonna go on my face. This technique is gonna help you control how much you're putting on your face. So I feel like this is better. Again, this is not exactly a red or an orange shade. This is more like a warm toned dark pink, maybe I would call it that. But it looks really nice on my sun-kissed look, my tanned skin. So this is also not exactly a shade match, I would call it, but it's nice. So I'm gonna go over my nose, put the remaining products on my nose bridge for that sun-kissed look effect, like this. Something I really envy of the girls, freckles. Like if you have freckles, it looks really nice. I know that some girls don't like them, some boys also, but in my case, like I love freckles so much. I wish I had freckles. So I'm gonna get this liquid eyeliner from Sephora collection. This is called Color Black Liner and waterproof, and this is the shade 30 Hot Chocolate. So I used this last weekend to try having freckles, and I drew a few. Like I'm gonna like do this, and this dries so easily, so you need to blend it, tap it on your hand, and be really quick. I'm scared already. I saw that Tarte Cosmetics came up with freckle pencil, which is really cool. I'm gonna buy it, but I'm going out of the town next week, like this week. Oh wait, today is actually Thursday. I'm going out of town tomorrow, Friday, but I will be back 1.5 weeks later, so that's why I said next week. Anyways, I'm gonna buy that Tarte Cosmetics freckle pencil, freckle applicator. I don't know what it is called. I'm gonna buy it later when I go come back. So for now, I'm gonna use this for fake freckles. Be really quick, because if it dries on your skin, it's not gonna look natural. Always say you don't need a freckle applicator, freckle pencil. You can go on like this with a liquid eyeliner, brown eyeliner, but I don't know, it's a product made specifically for freckles, so it should be different than an eyeliner. That's my opinion. A few more here, I guess, and then we're good to go. It kind of looks fake, but also I'm loving it, so I'm gonna continue on this side as well. Now on my nose. I have mixed opinions right now because I guess these are too big, but it's fine. Like I said, I'm gonna buy the applicator anyway from Tarte Cosmetics, but it's fine. I'm gonna fix this anyway. In Australia, as someone with an oily skin, I can never imagine going out without setting my face. But I guess I'm gonna use a pressed powder first. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put on loose powder. We'll see. So I want to set my face and under my eyes really quickly because as I said, with the heat of Australia, I could never imagine going out without setting my face. So I'm getting this translucent shade here from Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Pressed Powder. I'm gonna go over under my eyes first, like this. And then again with these, I'm putting it on the sides of my nose to slim my nose, under my nose. It's gonna give you that slimmer effect as if you had a nose job. Under my eyes, I'm gonna set it a bit, wait until it sinks. I'm gonna slightly tap it here and then go all over my forehead because again, I have a really oily T-zone on here, and something like this, a tiny, like really slightly. I guess this would be better if I actually did it with a loose powder, but it's fine. For today's look, I'm gonna set my face with a pressed powder only because when I put loose powder and a pressed powder all together, both of them, my face looks really matte. It loses that glossy dewy finish that I really like, which is something I really can't control because of my oily face. Like, I don't like that oily look, but dewy look. I prefer the dewy look, so there's a difference. If you have an oily face like me, I think you're gonna relate. You can definitely understand. There is this dewy look and then there's this oily look. So I'm trying to get rid of my oily face by putting on too much powder, both loose and pressed powder, and then I try to add highlighter, for example, for that dewy look, or I'm not going all over my face with a pressed powder or a loose powder in general, but it's just something I can never control. So for today's look, I'm only gonna put here, and on my forehead and on my chin. I'm gonna leave this area with the products only. I'm not gonna put powder so that I'm gonna get that dewy look for today's routine. This is the brush I'm using for my powder. I cannot tell the brand because it's not really clear anymore. Anyways, I'm gonna buy the Hourglass powder brush anyway. That's on my shopping basket on my wish list for too long, so I'm just gonna buy it anyway. So I'm simply gonna blend it and get rid of the dust on my face. So for the next step, I'm also getting my powder bronzer. This is from Maybelline. This is called City Bronzer. And is this only one shade? I'm not sure. Anyways, this is the bronzer I have. Sorry for the packaging. There was a sticker on it, the safety tag, and I just ripped it, and it's not looking really nice, but this is a really pigmented, really nice drugstore, so like cheaper alternative bronzer. I'm actually not a bronzer girl at all. I prefer cool toned contour because I'm pale and I don't go with that sun-kissed tint looks most of the time, but for today's look, again, we're gonna need it. So starting with this bigger tip of my brush. Set the excess product, definitely. I'm going over on the areas I put on blush and make sure to blend it towards one side. Now the other side. Just go over with this on the same areas you put on the cream or liquid bronzer, whichever you have. Continue with the same areas. I'm gonna actually set my eyelids, but rather than putting on a powder, I'm gonna put a bronzer. So this is gonna slightly add a color also. And with the remaining of the product left on the brush, I'm gonna lift my eyelid. Look at the difference. It's already crazy. So with the same side, with the other side as well, set the eyelids and then lift the remaining product like this. Also, I want to have a sharper jawline, so with the remaining of the product on the brush, I'm going over under my jaw like this. So I'm gonna put on more blush for this look, but I don't have a similar shade powder blush with the Summer Fridays cream blush I have. So I'm actually gonna, unfortunately, use a different shade. This is from House Labs. I've used this in this, other videos as well. This is the Rose Quartz. So they don't really match, but also like at the same time, this is a highlighter blush. So this is gonna give me that really glowy sun-kissed effect despite not being the same shade. So I'm not gonna put too much, like slightly, just to add some color. So look at the difference. I'm putting it on like this to lift my face. This is kind of too pink, but again, this is the only powder blush I have that matches with the shade, despite not matching with the shade. So for today's look, this will do. Something I noticed with the Australian girl/boy makeup is that the Aussie makeup doesn't use black eyeliner. Rather than they go with the brown eyeliner. So for today's look, that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna use two different ones. This is more warm toned and this is more cool toned. So I'm gonna mix those two for my eye look. This is from Sephora collection. This is the 24-hour retractable eyeliner, waterproof, also in the shade 08. Is this 8? Shimmer Espresso. This is really creamy and this also has like a glowy finish. I don't know if you can tell. It's like really shiny. Can you see the highlighter parts here? There is like highlighter particles inside, which is a really nice one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside my eyeline. I'm gonna fill in my inner corner I hate this. I hate putting anything in my eye. Okay. And I'm gonna simply fill in this triangle here. And then I'm gonna go over on the bottom eyelid, bottom lashes. Oh, I hate this. I'm gonna use the other side of my spatula to open my eyes. And then I'm gonna get my brush, if I can find it. Where is it? Okay, this is my eyeliner eyeshadow brush from MAC Cosmetics. This is 219S. Let me clean the tip of the brush a bit because I think it's been more than a month since I cleaned my brushes. And I'm simply gonna use this to blend a bit. And I'm getting this Extreme Gel Presso pencil liner from Korea Cosmetics. This is the shade 202 Deep Brown. And I'm gonna use this to draw an eyeliner. I like to draw the wings first, and then I fill in. I'm actually gonna use the same brush to blend here. Something like this. And I'm gonna use the tip of my finger to simply draw a line, which is, this is too much. Let me blend it a bit. So yeah, it's just something like this. So lift the eye towards my temple, and then I'm doing it on the other side like this. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes really slightly like this. Then I'm gonna get a black mascara for my eyelashes. This is from MAC. This is called MAC Stack. This might have dried, yeah. It's fine. For hopefully there's still still a little tiny amount of product left. This was better when I first purchased it. It was a lot liquider, more pigmented, so much product left inside the first time I bought it, but for today's look, this will do. I really want to visit Australia someday. It's on my list. I have friends from Australia, so I really cannot wait to visit there someday, but also I'm really scared of spiders and other animals that you can find there. Australia is like a jungle at this point. It's like you can find all kinds of animals there, and I'm especially so scared of spiders because I know that they're poisonous there. I don't know. Maybe if I stick in the city, maybe, but I've heard such great things about the country, so I really want to visit both, but we'll see. I don't have any money right now. I'm broke, if you haven't noticed, so it's something I keep telling you guys in my videos, but I'm super broke. So yeah, I'm gonna wait. I need to get a job first and then like start earning money, and then I can book a trip to Australia. But honestly, this is the makeup look I would do if I were to go to Australia or like somewhere, I don't know, maybe like even like Hawaii. It's on my list for so long. I want to go to that like an island kind of vibes, somewhere with that vibe. So maybe like the coastal side of Australia, or like the beaches in Hawaii, or I don't know. Nothing comes to my mind right now, but you get the idea. So let me get my tweezer for this, because I'm gonna do something I never do in my videos. I'm gonna put on fake eyelashes. I don't have any experience with it, by the way. I tried only once in my whole life and I failed. We're gonna see if I'm actually gonna be able to put fake eyelashes on my eyelashes or not. So I bought these fake lashes from Yes Style. These are softer and more natural lashes for you, and yeah, it's all in Chinese, so I have no idea what the brand is. I'm gonna put it down here so you guys can check it out. I tried only once, but with another set of eyelashes, so this is the first time I'm opening the package. Actually, I was saving this set for someday like special that they never came, so yeah, I was waiting for some occasion to put these on, and I have nowhere to go, so maybe it's the perfect time to use this eyelash set for this video. So okay, what I'm gonna do next, I'm super nervous. I have this glue, eyelash glue from Huda Beauty. This is called Sticky Tack Lash Glue, which honestly, I didn't like it the first time I was using it, because I tried this eyelash glue with the other set of fake eyelashes I had, which I don't remember the brand. They were not really good, I think. I didn't like this lash glue at all because it was not sticky, but we'll see if it was the eyelashes or if it was my lack of experience that made me not put on anything. We'll see. So I'm gonna get them here on my tweezer. I really feel like I'm gonna mess it up. Oops. anyway. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. And I'm gonna put it on the end of my lashes like this. Yeah, it's not sticking. Why is not sticking? Is this something I did? Let's try it again. Okay, maybe I needed to put the mascara after. Okay, let's try one more. This is more like for like a manga lashes look. So if you go all over your eyelashes, I feel like it's gonna look really nice. But for today's look, I don't know really. I have mixed feelings about this. Maybe let's try putting a few more and I'll see the difference. I'll show you guys the difference. So the second one goes in like this. I honestly have mixed feelings about this because I don't know if it's like if these are the correct fake eyelashes for this look specifically, because this is a Chinese brand. These are giving more like Asian makeup look, but these are also the only fake eyelashes I have right now, so this will do, hopefully. Maybe I also need to buy a tweezer specifically for my fake lashes, and then I need to buy different fake lashes. I've also seen that Huda Beauty has really good lashes, fake lashes, so I'm definitely gonna buy those. I think I need to do some research and I need to practice on my fake lash skills. I'm gonna press these to make sure they stick to my lashes. Okay. And then I think I'm gonna put on more mascara to blend all together. Hopefully this will not lift the fake lashes. So something like this. And the final step is doing my lip combo, which is my favorite part. So I'm actually gonna start with this lip liner from Rare Beauty. This is the shade Kind Words Matte Lip Liner in the shade Patient. I really like this lip liner. It came up with a lip gloss they had. There was like this packaging going on in Sephora Italy, which I bought. There is nothing left. So maybe not this one. Wait. Let me, oh, okay. Yeah, there's only like this amount left. I'll try to put this back in to apply easily, but if not, I might need to go on with a different one. I need to buy a new lip liner, yeah. I only have like 3. This one is the 4th liner I have, so I really like lining my lips. So I definitely need a new one. So let me show you guys the color without pressing too much because I feel like I'm gonna break the tip. The shade is really nice, and for today's look I feel like it's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna overline my lips for this look. There is this Australian influencer that I've been following for years. I like her lip shape a lot. I don't know if she's overlining her lips or not. That's why I'm gonna go over here like this. So I'm gonna get rid of that cupid bow. The lip combo I'm gonna do today is a bit different, so I need to go with a nude lipstick, but this is the only one I have. This is from Velvet Teddy MAC Cosmetics, something like this. So the shade is still too pink. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna put this in the middle like this. Then I'm gonna get my concealer. I'm sure you guys have seen this technique. Again, I'm gonna put this on. If you're watching my videos for some time now, you already know it. I seriously need to buy a palette, I guess. I like putting makeup products on my hand a lot. Yeah, but for today's look, it got really messy. So I'm gonna get the concealer with the tip of my brush, tip of my finger. I don't know why I cannot talk today. I'm gonna put this in the middle. I'm sure you guys have seen this technique. This is really popular if you want to have that nude color, nude lips. And then I'm gonna get this lip oil from Gisou. The shade is really nice. This is like a pigmented, but also not. It's gonna add a color, something like this. I'm gonna put this on my lips. So I'm gonna go wash my hands really quickly, fix my hair, and I will be back. So while washing my hands, I looked in the mirror. I looked at myself and I was like, who's this? This is the first time I'm doing makeup, something like this, a makeup like this. I actually like it. It's not bad. I mean, I honestly never imagined myself getting tanned because I hate getting tanned. So this bronzing look is definitely new to me. I don't look like myself at all, but I'm also feeling really sexy. Well, today's weather is definitely cloudy, so I don't know if I'm gonna go out like this or not, but for summer, 100%. Like for today's look, maybe not for today, for a couple of weeks, next weeks, but for this summer of 2026, I feel like this makeup is something I will be recreating a lot because I mean, look at this. The fake freckles, the sun-kissed blush effect, the lashes, the lip combo, and the tan. I definitely like it. Honestly, like maybe I need to buy and try different fake lashes because this one not really matching with the look I had in my mind, but apart from that, I really like it. And look at the shade difference actually, like with my neck. I need to get like self-tan, maybe try at home, or maybe I should really go to the beach during this summer and try to get tan because maybe I won't be able to, if I get rid of my acne, I won't be able to put on foundation, and even maybe if I get tan, bronzing drops won't do much. So yeah. What do you guys think? Write in the comments below. So far, I'm actually really liking this look. I think it also flatters my features. I don't know, I'm liking it. I have mixed feelings about it. I need some time to this makeup look to grow in me, but apart from that, I liked it. I also really enjoyed putting these products, mixing them together for this routine. It was really fun. So again, write in the comments down below what you guys are thinking. And again, as usual, if you ever recreate this look, please tag me. If you're gonna end up posting, or if you don't want to post it, just like send me a DM, or like send even an email if you want, or message me, do whatever you want, whatever you prefer. Just I want to see you guys recreate this look. I want to see the version of you guys. So, and for summer of 2026, I feel like this is gonna be the perfect makeup look. So again, thank you so much guys for watching until the very end. I am done with today's look and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was fun. I hope when you think of Aussie girl, Aussie makeup, this image comes to your mind or something similar to this. Again, I'm really pale skinned girly and I don't like getting tanned at all. So this makeup look is definitely out of my comfort zone, and this is my first time recreating something like this. I don't know if I did a good job or not. So again, let me know what you guys are thinking of this look. So thank you so much for watching until the very end. I will be out of town starting from tomorrow, and I will be back in 1 week. I don't know. I will be back soon. Anyway, yeah, I need to film another video next week and then post it. So while I'm out of town, I'm gonna edit today's makeup look. So hopefully you will have this video out by the weekend maybe, or maybe Monday. I'll see. I'll have time probably, so I'll try my best to edit today's look as soon as possible and share it with you guys on YouTube. So again, as usual, thank you so much for watching until the very end, and I will be back with another makeup video soon. Bye guys. Mwah.